Look, if you're in the meta space, you know that they just rolled out Andromeda. It's been talked about consistently since about December last year. I've seen all over Reddit and different forums that people's performance has been so volatile as Meta have been testing different aspects of Andromeda, but it's finally here. And to be honest, there's nothing to worry about if you're focusing on lead generation. Now, if you're seeing this, you probably haven't watched my local lead gen course on Facebook, but what I taught in there is this approach of focusing on creative targeting, broad audiences, simplified account structure, and focusing on creative diversity. And it's amazing that everything I've been doing over the last few years is actually what Meta is now suggesting. And it's one, very validating for me, but it's great for me and the clients and the people that I consult with because they're ahead of the game. You know, most accounts I'm working with, obviously bar some, we're not seeing this volatility. And yeah, and this is because Meta has just rolled out Andromeda, which is the biggest update in Facebook ads since 2021 in the iOS 14 debacle. And it's completely changed how a lot of people understand ads. So first, let's talk about why your Facebook ad results might have changed recently. So if you've been running ads the traditional way over last year, you might have noticed over the last month or so that all your ad performance is all over the place. One week your CPL might double, the next isn't half, you're checking dashboards, adjusting budgets, and you just not understand what's going on. And it's because of this. It's Andromeda's new AI-powered ad delivery system, which is designed to decide who to show your ads to better than ever before. So in theory, this is going to make your life as a marketer, whether you're a media buyer watching this, you're a business owner, this should make your life easier, but only if you focus on the right things, which we're going to get into in this short video. So what is Andromeda? Andromeda scans thousands of ads in milliseconds. It will process billions and billions of user interactions every single day, and it's going to predict which ad will be most relevant for each person. One way to think of it is it's like Facebook, or well, Meta's new brain. It's designed to figure out targeting for you to make your life easier. Now, Andromeda flips everything we used to do on its head. But like I said before, if you've watched my course, this isn't how we did it, but how a lot of advertisers did it before. So advertisers, and I actually remember this, so I used to use Fiverr quite a lot. I still use it a little bit for consulting here and there, but there used to be gigs where people would pay hundreds of dollars to get a list of audience targeting, and that's crazy. But yeah, a few years ago, advertisers obsessed over targeting. Some people still do, which is not the right thing to do, obviously now. But they used to focus on interest, lookalike, exclusion, top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, retention campaigns, always super complex things. But that kind of micro-targeting actually hurts your performance, and it has been for a year now. And we finally got confirmation with Andromeda that's the case. So instead of narrowing your audience down, you need to focus on giving the AI different creative options to match to different people. And again, if you're watching this, go watch my Facebook ads course. I've got a whole, 30 minutes or so in there talking about creative targeting. The whole course is about designing your creative and your ads to do the targeting for you. It's what I do now. I'm managing millions a year in ad spend. No targeting, everything's broad. The only caveat I'm going to put in this now is geo-targeting, so location, and age targeting. Those two things are vitally important. If you're running campaigns that only search or only service certain areas, obviously you have to stick to that. But interest targeting, lookalikes, that's out the window because your creative is your targeting now. Each ad is going to act like a magnet, pulling in different segments and audiences within your market. The more creative variety you give Meta, the more people it can reach more effectively. And this is what I was teaching in my course. If you go in there, you'll see that when you're spending a bit more money, the strategy is to use different angles in different ad sets. And now Andromeda has just made it even more powerful. So the way I've been running ads and the way I've been teaching it to my clients, and in that course I uploaded on YouTube a few months back, what we've been focusing on for the last year to 2 years is focusing on broad targeting with creative diversification, building multiple angles that speak to different emotions, desires, pain points, offers, etc., etc. For example, one ad might highlight a problem or a frustration, another points to a dream outcome, another one might be a story or testimonial, and another one goes straight to the offer. And I've been theorizing for the last 24 months that this is the best way to go, and that Facebook is going to reward this strategy. And finally, we have confirmation and that Andromeda physically does reward this strategy because it can match different messages to different people. And there was something I learned years ago when I first got in this industry. A guy named Roy Furr, I don't know if he does YouTube anymore, but he spoke about and had this really good video on message market match, which is his version of Eugene Schwartz's market sophistication. And this is exactly that. It's kind of exciting as an advertiser because we're really moving away from the technical media buying and we're focusing on making good ads that speak to what people actually want to hear. So if you're worried about this making your life harder, it's not. It's going to make your life better. And actually, if you're a good advertiser, it's going to make you stand out even more. So you might be asking yourself, what do I do now? Quite simply, here's how to win under Andromeda. Simplify your account structure, one campaign, one goal, broad targeting. 2, go all in on creative diversification. You want 5 to 10 unique ad concepts. Optimize for quality, not volume. You want to focus heavily on qualified leads. Now, this is something that I've been hounding for a long time. I see people bragging about £3 campaigns or where they're getting leads for $2.50, but if you're running leads, nothing matters besides your CAC, your customer acquisition cost. But even more so now, you want Facebook to be focusing on the highest quality lead possible. If you can set up offline conversions so you can track conversions deeper in your funnel, that's even better. But a lot of people on lower budgets can't do that. So you really have to focus on good quality leads here. And the 4th thing I recommend is just being patient. Meta needs time to learn. It needs time to test different audience segments and really find out who works best for you. Give it time to run. Don't make rash decisions even after a few days of running ads. Give it time and trust the process. So what is the future of lead generation? Now, Meta is making audience targeting obsolete. They are really pushing this advantage plus placement, this advantage plus campaign style. And for us as marketers, I started in 2019. It was very technical. It was all about, what I said earlier about campaign structure, segmentation, all of that. And it scared me a bit when there was this huge transition into focusing on allowing Meta's system to take over. And that was kind of just a fear of not being able to be good enough. But actually, if you're either new to this industry or you're willing to learn, this is the biggest opportunity in Meta ads I've seen in the last 6 years. It's a real focus on who's going to make the best ads and focusing on consumer psychology, marketing psychology, understanding people, understanding ads, copywriting, all these things that make good advertising are coming back into play, and it's a good time. So the better your storytelling, the better your hooks, the better your emotional resonance, the better your results are going to be. And Andromeda proves that brands and media buyers who truly understand people will win. So if you found this helpful, please hit a like and drop a comment of any questions you may have. Let me know how your campaigns have been forming in the last few months. I'd love to know if you've seen this Andromeda shift in your account too. If you want to go in more detail about how to build a structure that works for Meta Andromeda, have a look in my description. I'll link to that course I made for local lead generation. Now, you may be watching this and do a different type of lead generation. That course will still be very educational. I would maybe just skip out the bit about the specific ads because it is quite focused on local lead gen. I will be making a course that's focused more on general lead generation, as I also work with SaaS companies, mobile apps, all different types of lead generation as well. So if you find that interesting, go have a look. If not, I'll see you in the next video. If you have any questions about Meta Andromeda, I will answer them in the comment. Take care.